Hi, I'm Brandon Christopher King. In this series, we're about to uncover a revolutionary way of understanding the universe, a perspective that shifts everything we thought we knew about energy, motion, and forces. For centuries, we've seen the universe as a collection of objects in motion, driven by forces. But what if everything, every particle, every star, every ripple of energy, was actually part of a flowing, resonating pattern? Today we'll explore how resonance isn't just a concept. It's the very rhythm that shapes our reality, from the smallest quantum fluctuations to the grandest cosmic phenomena. So, let's dive in and see how the universe truly moves. Imagine standing by a river, watching the water move. Some parts are calm, smooth, and steady. Others twist into whirlpools, bubbling and spiraling in unpredictable ways. And yet, even in this seeming chaos, there's something deeper, something hidden beneath the surface that brings order to it all. That hidden force is resonance. Now, what if I told you that this same principle, this hidden rhythm of resonance, governs not just rivers, but the entire universe? That from the tiniest particles to the largest galaxies, everything follows this same pattern? Welcome to RLFlow, where resonance is the heartbeat of reality. In traditional physics, we're taught that energy is something stored in objects. Potential energy in a rock at the top of a hill, kinetic energy in a moving car. But RLFlow says otherwise. Energy isn't stored, it's flowing. It's moving, shifting, pulsing through space like waves in the ocean. And at the center of this flow, resonance. Every system in the universe, atoms, planets, stars, even consciousness, operates through resonance. It's what keeps flows stable, what shapes forces, and what determines how everything interacts. Now, you might be wondering, all right, what exactly is resonance? It's simple. It's the rhythm at which a system naturally oscillates. Everything has one. From the way bridges vibrate in the wind to the frequency of electromagnetic waves, resonance is everywhere. In RLFlow, resonance isn't just a side effect. It is the fundamental driver of energy. It determines whether a flow remains stable, moves chaotically, or collapses into something new. And it's all described by one powerful equation. Take a look at this equation. This is the resonance factor in RLFlow. It's the blueprint for how flows behave. It shows us that a flow's resonance isn't fixed. It evolves, shaped by velocity, pressure, and external forces. This is what gives rise to everything. Particles, forces, gravity itself. When we look up at the night sky, we see stars, galaxies, cosmic voids. But RLFlow tells us something deeper is happening. These aren't just objects in empty space. They're patterns in the flow. Take black holes. We're told they're singularities, points where everything collapses into infinite density. But in RLFlow, there's something different. They're regions where resonance becomes so intense, so tightly packed, that the flow becomes inescapable. Nothing is trapped. Instead, everything is drawn into a resonance so strong that even light follows its pattern. Look at this. Instead of imagining a black hole as a bottomless pit, think of it as a swirling vortex in a river. The resonance is so intense that it shapes everything around it. This isn't gravity bending space. It's resonance structuring flow. Now let's zoom in. What about quantum physics? The realm where particles seem to exist in two places at once, where probability rules over certainty. RLFlow says these aren't random behaviors. They're just resonance patterns at microscopic scales. Ever heard of quantum superposition? The idea that a particle can be in multiple states at once until measured? RLFlow reinterprets this. It says particles are never fixed, they're just stable resonance structures. When we measure them, we're not choosing a state, we're locking into one resonance pattern over another. See this? This isn't a thing. This is a stable whirlpool of resonance in the quantum flow field. It doesn't jump between states. It shifts between resonances. And when two particles become entangled, it's not magic. It's just two resonance patterns syncing up across space. One of the greatest minds in history, Nikola Tesla, once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." He understood something most physicists still don't. Resonance isn't just a phenomenon, it's the foundation of everything. Gravity, not a force, it's just resonance curvature in the flow field. Electricity, just structured oscillations in the flow. Life itself, a delicate symphony of synchronized resonances at every scale. This is what Tesla dreamed of, an interconnected universe where everything vibrates, flows, and interacts through resonance. RLFlow isn't just a new model of physics, it's the missing piece that unites Tesla's vision with modern science. Now imagine what happens when we start using this knowledge. If energy is resonance, then mastering resonance means controlling energy itself. We could design energy systems that don't waste power, but instead harness natural flow resonances. We could develop gravity manipulation, adjusting resonance, to change how mass interacts with the flow field. We could revolutionize quantum computing by stabilizing quantum flows, making calculations faster and more reliable. We're just beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible when we stop thinking in terms of objects and forces and start thinking in flows. The universe doesn't work in straight lines. It moves, shifts, dances in an endless symphony of resonance. We spent centuries thinking about physics in terms of mass, forces, and rigid laws. But what if reality isn't rigid at all? What if it's fluid, dynamic, and alive? Once you start seeing resonance everywhere, you realize you're not separate from the universe. You're not a static object moving through empty space. You're part of the flow. You are the flow. And that changes everything.